It may not be breaking news at this point, but on October 31st, Derrick Rose exploded for 50 points. And if you're a basketball fan, you are super happy to see this. The raw emotion expressed by Rose is pretty obvious. He was the MVP in 2010, and since then, he has had an injury-riddled career. Why? Why him? Why so many injuries? Now, nobody can really give you the answer to that. But in this episode of Dr. J's Injury Report, I'm going to try to give you 2 reasons as to why Derrick Rose has had a tough time with injuries. My first theory for the cause of injuries that has plagued Derrick Rose is his eating habits. It has been rumored that he had 2 to 3 bags of Skittles prior to every game. Skittles got aware of this and they sent him his own machine. You may be asking yourself, what does Skittles have to do with sports injuries and what happened to Derrick Rose? It actually has a lot to do with it. Ingredient number 1, sugar. But side note to that, there are actually chemicals in Skittles. 2 of them specifically, yellow 6 lake. Anything with the word lake on it basically means there's applied pigment or dyes that are precipitated from metals. And there's also titanium in Skittles. My goodness, of course this guy was falling apart. Now, sugar is one hell of a drug. It actually has a really bad effect on the body. It's inflammatory, which basically means your body is going to be in a low-grade inflammation pretty much all of the time. You're going to have an increase of immune blood cells, white immune blood cells, and your body's going to basically think that it is in trauma. Henceforth, why my man Derrick Rose never really recovered for any of his injuries.
Post-surgery, Rose has been in the Los Angeles area, rehabbing with stretching, band work, and riding the stationary bike, preparing for his return.
The second theory, just going from what Vince C just said, may ruffle some feathers. This rehab sounds extremely limited. And now taking a look at this video, it's lacking a good amount of key components that needs to be happening when an individual is rehabbing from an ACL injury. There needs to be some foot intrinsic exercises. There needs to be some core strengthening, specifically on the lateral side. There needs to be some balance training on one leg. There needs to be some landing mechanics. None of this is seen in the video. Bench press, bicep curls. Come on, Bulls medical staff. Athletes like Rose, who routinely suffer overuse injuries, require a complete overhaul of his body, including what he's putting in it, how he's training, and his recovery. Part of a proper training program is solid nutrition, pre and post activity. A professor of exercise science states it simply as this: most people think that recovery is from training and it's just about rest. It actually is not just about rest. It includes nutrition as well. In closing, if you want to succeed at your game and not end up with a riddle of injuries like Derrick Rose, I got 9 tips for you young athletes to increase your performance and reduce your chances of injury.